You think you know marketing, but you have no idea until you sit down with that man.
Okay, we are coming to a close here. Can you believe it? You have made it to module 9. You still got one more. We're not done. We're going to cover a lot in these next 2 modules, but we've been through so many great things up to this point. Remember where you were when you started, and look at how much information you've been doing these assignments. Look at all of the knowledge that you gained, everything from strategy, tactics, engaging with your audience, being able to now really know what the top social media platforms are, understanding the importance of content. And I know, as I mentioned in the previous video, some of you, I'm sure, are feeling overwhelmed as you look at the social media platforms. And I've shown you some of my back office, some of the platforms that I'm on. And the thing that you have to do is keep it in perspective. Like, don't be overwhelmed. A lot of these things that I've been showing you, I've been working on for the past 3 years. In terms of developing my presence on these platforms, engaging with people. And sometimes I know people will look at some of the things that I share and they feel overwhelmed. And you shouldn't feel that way. Do what you can within your space. If you can outsource things, of course, you want to look at doing that. But a lot of things you can do for yourself. And I am not going away. I'm also going to be doing additional courses to help you apply further what you've learned. So again, looking at those modules that we've covered, and particularly the past 2 on these social media marketing platforms, just put yourself out there, do the basics, set up your profile, set up your bio, your photo, and listen. A lot of this, before you engage, as we talked about, and I showed you, you first want to do some listening, and you want to put together your calendar. So it's all, it'll all work. Now, in these next 2 modules, the thing that's going to happen is I'm going to show you a number of tools, and that's why I'm talking with you now, to kind of brace yourself a little bit. I'm not going to go out to the platforms and bring them up, but what I will do is I'm going to show you in these slides the domain names, and I'll make the slides available for you. If you email me, I will definitely send them to you or get them to you. I probably will also put them in a resource area, a download area within the class. Now, like I said, that will depend on the reaction that I get, is how I'm feeling now. So if you look and they are not in the resource area, shoot me the email to norm@normbond.com and I'll make sure I get them to you. But check first, because depending on how many people respond to me, and I may just put them in there, and because I've got a number of other things too I want to give you as far as bonus resources for for your participation, some unannounced bonuses. So with that being said, let's look at the objectives here for this module 9, which I think is one of the most critical modules, because now that we've seen these tools, we pretty much covered the social media piece of it. Now we want to look at the tools that really will make this work. It's like our example we talked about with the blueprint, and you've got the workers, and now you need tools, because a person with the best tools, particularly if you know how to use these tools, is going to win. So we're going to look at some tools in terms of automation and productivity, in terms of the content, engagement, content distribution, blogging tools, security and backup tools, and summary. So all of the areas, most of the areas we've talked about, now I'm going to show you tools that can help you. So what are some of the benefits of using tools? I've already mentioned some of them. In addition to the increase in your productivity, they save you money, they reduce your risk, they expand your own resources, because the people who create these tools often have resources that extend and expand your ability, your resources that you have internally. You benefit, therefore, from others' investment in developing these types of tools. It improves your brand image, because now you're able to put out things that are of very high quality, and also it opens the door for you to some potential JV and affiliate relationships, as joint venture relationships, because sometimes as you're using tools, a lot of the people who are putting out information products are looking for affiliates. They're looking for people who can market and cross-market and co-market with them. So by using various tools and then knowing the people and the companies behind them, it opens up some doors for you as well. So the first tool that I want to talk about, and this is a must have, A1, gotta have it if you're going to be serious about being productive and effective, is an autoresponder. And a lot of you, I'm sure everyone is familiar with an autoresponder. You would have to probably not be on the internet at all in order not to have received information from an autoresponder. A lot of times people don't know what it is, but basically autoresponder is software, it's a computer program that automatically answers email sent to it. And they can be very simple or it can be quite complex. The first autoresponders back in the 90s, late 80s were simple mail transfer agents. You would get an email back that would say, your email could not be delivered because, and there would be some sometimes long, or something you couldn't understand as far as computer code and a path and showing you why it bounced. These were like bounce back replies. Okay. But today, as email marketing tools have evolved, as digital marketing has evolved, these autoresponders are now capable of immediately providing information to their prospects. And this information could be a product purchase, it could be a file download, it could be a phone call. In fact, as you've interacted with this course, you've interacted with my autoresponder that I'm using. And so these are really complex, powerful tools now, and they can also send messages out at preset time intervals. This is what we call a content drip, where you'll get something on day 1, you'll get something on day 3, you get something on day 4, you get something on day 6. So you can set up a whole content drip, it's called, where at predefined and preset intervals in terms of days, in terms of hours, you can send information to the people that are on your list, and it's done through an autoresponder. And if you think about this in terms of the global economy that we're in today, it's very helpful because the internet's open 24/7, 365, and you're not. You got to get some rest, to be strong on these and on these things. And now the time, whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, if you're in Canada, if you're in Africa, taking this course, you're in your particular time zone, but there are people who could be, 5 time zones away, 10 time zones away, and you can't keep up. So autoresponder is a very vital tool. Now, here are some autoresponder services that are available. You've got one of the biggies is aweber.com, www.aweber.com. That's one that I use. What's great about Aweber is, it's a standard for a lot of marketers. And also what it does is it gives you $1, only $1. You can try it for like 30 days. And then from there, you can pay a monthly fee or even pay annually and get a discount. GetResponse.com is another autoresponder. All of these companies are similar, except for ListWire. This next one, www.listwire.com, is a 100% free autoresponder and internet marketing service. And I've used ListWire. That was one of the first autoresponders I used. I got off of it because, frankly, I outgrew it. And a lot of times with the free products, there's some branding that they'll have in them, or they're not as robust in all of the applications and the templates and so forth. But it's a way to get out there and get going. A lot, money is tight, I realize, for a lot of people, myself included. So, but it's a good way to get you in the game with an autoresponder. It's functionally strong. So ListWire is something I put there. And also as we go through these other areas, I'm going to try to show you low cost to free solutions as well. So that it is sensitive to the economics, and also gives you a chance to get in and use some of these platforms, and then you can move up to premium levels as you get results. Okay, so the next one, MailChimp.com, is another one that I use. Allows you to send emails to your that improve your readers' experience, and CampaignMonitor.com. So those are all, and there's some more. Constant Contact is another one that a lot of people use and like, and I've used that one as well. But this is not going to be an all inclusive list as we go through these. A lot of these I'm listing are services that I have personal experience with as well. And this way I know not only that they provide the service, but they provide the support, which is so important. Okay. Next, we're going to look at automation and productivity tools. You've already seen, I've talked about Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a great tool. A lot of my students have loved Hootsuite. They love setting it up, the calendar, scheduling their messages, measuring, looking at the dashboard. You've got that site. You can even put RSS feeds, which is what I do. Those of you who follow me on Twitter and you see some of my breaking news, some of my just in. Part of what I'm doing there is using the RSS feed that I'm running through Hootsuite, and now that's a premium service with Hootsuite. So it's not something you can do just right off the bat for free, but you can still interact with Hootsuite and send your messages and schedule them for free. But it's a great service. Social Oomph is another one that I've used. www.socialoomph.com. Again, very similar in functionality to Hootsuite with the dashboard. Allows you to interact with your Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, RSS feeds, all from one dashboard, from one screen. So, a lot of you, if you're hopping back and forth between Twitter, got to log off Twitter, log on Facebook, log on to LinkedIn, it's going to wear you out. And I still will do that sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I don't do everything through the dashboard. Sometimes I do log directly in to all of these platforms, but also I will, try to schedule in advance a lot of things as well, particularly things that are evergreen, things that are not date sensitive, not time sensitive. So you want to kind of do a mixture. You don't want to just use an automated service and become like a bot, a robot, and you're not interacting, you're not following up with the people and bringing your personality, your authenticity to the game. TweetDeck is another one, a powerful Twitter tool. Again, real-time tracking, engagement. Later Bro is a little less functional, robust than some of the other ones, but it's another one that will allow you to schedule and send your updates, particularly with Twitter and Facebook, at a future time. And the last tool is a tool I use called Todoist.com, which is a great task management app for your to-do list, and it is cross-platform, so you can run it on your desktop computer. It'll run on your iPhone, your iPad, your Android device, so that as you're so it's cloud-based. So that means, you're not tied to just your desktop. And that's how, most of us are operating today. We've got multiple devices. So you need to have your information wherever you are. Okay, let's look at content and management tools. I mentioned Bitly, and a lot of, Bitly is a great link shortener service. There's some other ones out there as well. TinyURL is another one, TinyURL, tinyurl.com. But this link shortener, what I like about Bitly, again, is cloud-based, but also it allows you to view statistics so that when you get that shortened link, and a lot of you, if you're on Twitter, you've seen the links that begin with BIT, and I know Twitter also introduced their own, and as has LinkedIn. But the point about Bitly, again, you can go to a URL, you create an account on Bitly, it's free, and then you take your long link, paste it in a Bitly, it gives you this shortened link, and then it keeps track of all of the links that you created, so you can now see how many people clicked on that link. When you log into your account, if you sent out a shortened link today, you can log in there later on today and see, 20 people clicked on my link, 25 people, and it gives you a chance to see what is engaging, what people are responding to, okay? And also you can even bundle 10 of those links together, send them out as a single link. So a lot of good function there, and it allows you to track your your effectiveness with your content. Evernote.com is another tool that I use on a daily basis, and they have a whole family of products. But when we talk about being able to keep notes and being able to go on to your search engines, and you're finding articles on the web, and you want to clip them and save them for your blog. You don't want to write the post now, but you want to save this link that you have or image. Evernote gives you a way to put all of those things and keep them all well organized for yourself. And again, it's on multiple platforms. It's on the desktop, it's on the phone, it's on your tablet, Evernote.com, and it comes pre-installed on a lot of the devices. FileZilla is the next one. FileZilla is a file transfer program, FTP solution, and it's a free FTP solution, and it allows you to transfer large files over to your server, because if you're going to be uploading photos and you're going to be setting up and doing hosting of your blog, you're not going to be able to just keep uploading single photos, or you're going to upload video, large files. And what happens with large files, one of the reasons why you need this FTP solution is that sometimes you might lose your connection. That happens. All of us know something will go down, power will go out. And then if you got a large file, say a 3 gigabyte file, a 2 gigabyte, 4 gigabyte, and it breaks, now you got to do that whole file over again if you don't have something like a FileZilla. Smart FTP is another one. Smart FTP, it's another alternative FTP program. That's one I use as well. But this is a free one. So you want to add the FTP. You need an FTP program in your life. Dropbox.com. A lot of you are familiar, I know, with Dropbox.com, which allows you to, again, store your documents, your photos, your PDF files, your videos. You can save them into your Dropbox. You can share them across the web. You can share your Dropbox, and what Dropbox will do, again, they have a free service and they have a premium service, but also as you market and share with your network that you're using Dropbox, and if people will join Dropbox, they'll give you extra storage. So there's some people I know who I work with who have large Dropbox file capacity, and it's still free because they have shared Dropbox with all of their clients and all of their network, and people come on, they use it, and every time they use it, they get like an extra gig or whatever the exact number is. It keeps bumping them up in terms of their own storage. So that's another great thing about Dropbox. They want you to let people know that you're using their service. And then I've got Adobe.com Creative Cloud, because again, these are content tools. Adobe.com, the Creative Cloud is new. 2014, I believe they started this. It's a subscription service. So it's going to cost you between $29.95 and $49.95 per month. But this is how Adobe now is providing their packages. And I'm talking about Photoshop. I'm talking about Dreamweaver. I'm talking about all of the Adobe Suite packages that you used to be able to buy individually, and that were pretty pricey. I mean, some of those Adobe packages were like $695, After Effects, for video editing and so forth. So what they've done now is they've bundled all of those packages, and what happens is with that bundle, you can now get access to the full suite, but you're paying a monthly fee, like I said. And then a lot of people were not happy about it. Some of them still aren't happy about it because they'd rather pay a one-time fee. But this is the business model that Adobe has moved to, and like I said, it gives you though a full range of powerful tools in that subscription service. But you got to be making some money in order to keep it, to make it to justify itself. But if you're doing graphic design, video editing, reviewing PDF files, anything and dealing with content, and you've got this Creative Cloud, it pretty much will cover in one stop all of your software content creation needs, okay? Okay, next we're gonna look at some engagement tools for your blog. How do we've talked about your blog, it's self-hosted. How do you get more people to interact with your blog? RSS is one. I mentioned RSS feeds, and basically with the RSS feed, and I put the symbol here, you've probably seen this orange symbol, with the white beaming out, and basically that means that there is a way that you can get access to the content that is being published on that particular platform, and it's coming to you and it's syndicated to you. So instead of you having to go and log on to normbondmarkets.com to see what posts I put up, you subscribe to my RSS feed. When I put up a post, you get it. It gets pushed right to you, okay? And you can do that for news headlines. You can do that for video, audio, and even most of your search engines offer RSS. So you just look for the symbol, or you Google RSS, and you can just sign up for it to receive their feed, and it'll come to you in a standardized format. And then, as I mentioned, if you want to engage, you can then even take that RSS feed and you can integrate that through a platform like a Hootsuite, where now that feed can then be distributed to your audience as well. So I'm giving you a real, strong tip to make you like a news service, a content provider of focused content for your audience. And this way, it makes you more productive, because you don't have to go every time and hunt for content. It'll be coming through your feed. You still, don't become a robot. Check what's coming out. Sometimes those feeds break. Sometimes they send the same, if you sign up for a few of them, they could be sending the same stuff. So be thoughtful about it. But RSS, really important. Feedburner.google.com. Feedburner lets you stay on top. Feedburner is basically the way you put you create your feed. You need to create a feed for yourself. So when you go to Google Feedburner, this allows you to create your own feed so that your subscribers will be able to receive your audio, your blog entries, your videos. And feedburner.google.com is one of the top platforms for that. Is going to allow people to really engage with you and with your content. Jetpack by WordPress. I talked about the power of the WordPress blog. This is basically a plugin, this Jetpack plugin by WordPress, and really it has a whole range of services underneath it. Everything, in there, from people being able to subscribe to updates to comments. Say if I come to your blog, I leave a comment, and I want to know when someone else leaves a comment. Jetpack has a plugin inside of it that will allow you to make that happen, so that your subscribers can be kept in the know on comments to their posts. It'll give you some statistical data. It'll show you how many people viewed various posts that you put up. So you want to install Jetpack, and it's by WordPress. So you'll subscribe, of course, add your name and your email to WordPress, and it'll link it and connect it over to your blog. With Jetpack by WordPress, it's great. I have it on all of my WordPress blogs. All use Jetpack. Okay, what about distributing this content, Norm? We got all this content. How do you get it out there, and you want to share it with people? How do you find content? One of the great tools or services I like for content is StumbleUpon.com. If you're not on StumbleUpon, go sign up for StumbleUpon, and then basically what happens is you'll see there's lots of great content that comes up and is in categories. It's based on, so if you're into technology, if you're into health, if you're into the economy, you can go in there and pick your categories, and then you will be able to find posts related to that. And you also can pay to have your post distributed to that target audience, and then what happens is your post will randomly show up to your target audience. Now, another way that you can use it is you can put your blog post out, then you can go to StumbleUpon and you can submit the link of your post so that it becomes part of the content within Stumble Upon, and then also people are able to see the posts that you've shared. It actually keeps an archive of your posts, so I can come and see the past 10 things you shared on Stumble Upon. Okay. HubSpot.com. This is a great learning resource. Also, it does provide all-in-one inbound marketing software. It's relatively expensive. It's not cheap. But it is, if you are looking to get inbound traffic and you're not as concerned about budget, you want somebody to do it for you, HubSpot is the place to go. They will assign a consultant to you. They'll help you with your email marketing. They'll help you with your analytics. They'll manage and tie all of these things to these social media platforms that we're talking about. So it is a great way to free yourself up. For those of you who are not concerned as much about the budget issue and having to do things yourself, HubSpot is a very, very robust platform, and also they send out emails themselves, of course, and reports. So check out HubSpot. Reddit.com is another great place to submit articles and also go and see what the conversation is. Reddit is very serious readers. I mean, these are people, they've broken stories on there from the political world to the technological world. Because if you get into Reddit and your article really clicks with the audience, they hit and they like it, and they'll start sharing it, and then it's very influential. So you can go there and read stories in Reddit, but also you can submit articles, and again, it's by user community. So you have to determine what community you're going to connect with. Is it world news? Is it technology? Is it finance? Is it health? Is it humor? Is it WTF? They've got various communities there, and your articles get submitted to those specific communities. Dropbox, I already talked about Dropbox, but I'm putting it here because also Dropbox can help you from a distribution side. Some of these tools, are in multiple boxes, but Dropbox is another way because you can share your photos, you can share them directly from Dropbox. So if you got large files, you need to get them out, you can use Dropbox to share those files. You can insert links to images and other pieces of content. And again, same with the Creative Cloud. It allows you to also, if you're creating PDFs, with a lot of things you need to create when you come up with a book, you want to convert that book to a PDF. You don't want to send out a Word document. You want it in a portable document format, and you want to distribute that content. And Adobe gives you, through the Creative Cloud, and particularly with the Adobe Acrobat, the ability to convert your documents and get those files out. Okay. Next, we're going to look at more blog tools to make you effective. A lot of times, if you're doing a blog, of course, you got to have pictures. And a lot of times with photos, people grab photos off of Google, and some of those photos are not free. Some of those photos are copyrighted. You can run into some issues, putting up content and photos that you don't own. This site, morguefile.com. Morguefile.com is a great source where you can find free photos. These are basically photos that have been used in stories, articles, and they've gone here. And Morguefile, that's what it sounds like. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead to me, right? They're photos that aren't being used. So now you have free use of these photos that are in the Morguefile, and you can put in search terms and find photos related to those terms. Now, sometimes you won't find what you're looking for, but they also have on the site links to additional sources, some of which are paid as well, but you can go there and find photos, and you may have to pay a licensing fee if you can't find the free source. But Morguefile is a great one for you. Another resource for your blog is going to be for your audio. A lot of times, we talked about content, audio content. So you need a way to record, edit, mix, your audio. If you're going to be doing podcasting, if you want to, you need a way to edit these audio files. And audacity.sourceforge.net is the website. You go there, you can put it in Google, but you want to download Audacity. It's been around for a long time. I've been using it. It seems like at least 10 years going back with Audacity. And it's free. It's open source. There are other, of course, audio editing softwares out there, including within Adobe Creative Cloud. But this is a great free open source package that you can get access to. Okay. Ubersuggest.org. This is a great tool for keywords. We talked about the importance of keywords and putting keywords into your articles, putting keywords into your photos, your videos. Well, you can go to Ubersuggest and put in a word, one of your keywords, and then it will suggest to you other keywords related to that keyword. And from there, when you look at the list that it'll provide, you can get more story ideas. You can then do additional searches. So it's a very powerful tool. I use it a lot. It's a free tool as well. Slideshare.com. Slideshare is interesting because it's a member site. You have to go and join, sign up. It's free. But basically what happens is once you go in there, it's like a library of PowerPoint presentations, keynote presentations, all types of documents, research documents that people have put up to be shared. And you can search by keyword and find these documents. You can add your own documents. People can follow you on SlideShare. So, you can build a community, particularly with other producers, other creatives, and then also it's a marketing tool because, if you're putting your stuff in SlideShare and people are liking it and they're sharing it, it's another way for you to promote your brand. Okay. And Snagit.com is another great blog tool. I'm actually using Snagit on a regular basis myself. It's brought to you by a company called TechSmith, which makes Camtasia. Camtasia is also another tool. Camtasia is what I'm using to record my screen. And Camtasia is a great editing software for video. It's one of the most popular programs for screencasting. You want to record your screen. Most of the videos, or a lot of the videos you see where they're educational, people are using Camtasia. Now Snagit is again brought to you by the same people. Snagit is cheaper. Snagit is around $50, but that's for capturing photos and some limited video and even audio. They just came out with a new version of Snagit, and also it will convert your files to MP4. But the big brother to Snagit is Camtasia, which is in the neighborhood of around $300. I want to say at the time of this recording. So again, it's a great tool, constantly updated, great resources in terms of video tutorials, and you can go onto YouTube and you can search. And you'll find lots of people who have even put instructional videos about Snagit as well as Camtasia in that platform. Okay, security. Let's talk about security. You want to have security and backup for your websites. I can't stress this enough. Security and backup, because things happen on the web. Systems crash, servers crash, hackers attack, viruses come out. So the best way and the only way to protect yourself is to have backups of your data, particularly if you're doing this as a commercial venture and you're getting paid or you got other people's content. So here's some tools that you want to use. SiteLock.com is one. It finds and removes malware. It monitors your site. It also gives you a security seal. Often it's available through your hosting company. I mentioned earlier, if you're going to self-host your blog, often they will offer SiteLock or a similar product, or you can contact the SiteLock.com people directly. Another plugin, this is a plugin, is Bulletproof Security. You just go, after you've installed your WordPress, you can search in the plugin directory for Bulletproof Security. And what that does is it's not a monthly service. You download this plugin and it will run on your WordPress blog and lock down your HT access file, which is one of the most important files that monitors who gets access to your file structure. And so what Bulletproof Security does is basically puts that file into a box that is very difficult to crack into. All right. Also, another plugin is the Backup WordPress plugin. And this is another tool within WordPress that will back up your entire site, including your database, and you can set up a schedule. Because see, with WordPress, you got your database and then you got your files, okay? And so those are like two separate but obviously related parts. What Backup WordPress does is it backs it up and then it sends you the link. You can then download that backup file to your local computer, okay? So Backup WordPress is something to look at, get familiar with, because you also, once you back it up, want to be able to restore, from those backups. Now, this next one, blogvault.net, is another backup system, but this is one that you're going to pay a monthly fee for. I think the monthly is about $19, but they give you the complete backup, and it's a very simple restore. You can even test your backups. You can move your site from server to server, and it's more like a one-stop shopping. A lot of times when you're paying people for stuff, of course, they make it easy for you. So with Backup WordPress, if your site goes down, you're going to have to know, a little about, restoring your data. It's all there for you. You haven't lost it. Whereas with BlogVault, is a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get type interface. It's drag and drop, and it's much easier. And when you look at the site, you'll see you can compare it for yourself. And of course, lastly on here is your hosting company. Okay, I mentioned that many of the hosting companies now, they put the site security and backup within the cPanel, within their hosting packages, because it's a reflection on them. If they're hosting your site and someone's attacking your site or stealing your data, they don't want that word to get out to other, customers that they have, thousands of customers that they may have, tens of thousands of customers. So they want to, it's in their best interest to let people know that they keep the data secure, for their clients who they host. Okay, so you want to also check with your hosting company before you spend any money. If you're going to pay for the hosting, make sure you know what you're paying for. Okay, so as we summarize and look at some next steps here in this module 9, tools to maximize productivity, we've looked at tools now that will increase your effectiveness and your efficiency. As you can see, these tools will save you time. The autoresponder immediately provides information to your audience so that you're not trying to respond to every email request. Set it up in your autoresponder and let your autoresponder handle it. These tools are key to effectively managing your time better in social media and really in digital and in the information age at large. Effective use of these tools not only will aid you in the distribution, but also even the creation, and they'll increase your productivity, because as we mentioned previously, you are a publisher, so you're providing content. WordPress is a content management system, so all of this content, you can't do it yourself. I'm here to tell you, you're going to have to get familiar with these tools, and a lot of them are, they're not complicated. You'll have to get familiar with them, but once you use them, and again, I'll be offering tutorials. A lot of them have tutorials, and once you start knowing the process, you'll be able to move forward. You don't have to become a programmer in order to get the most out of these tools. We talked about RSS feeds and how they will help engage with your audience, and then we talked about plugins, and plugins are simply things that you add to your blogging platform and they extend the functionality. They're, and they're great. They're one of the reasons why WordPress shines and is so strong is because so many developers have written plugins that just hook right into that base WordPress package and allow that program to do more things, whether that's signing people up to your list, whether that's adding photos. I mean, you name it, you can pretty much search for a WordPress plugin and fill in the blank area within content, and you'll probably find some plugins. They're not all the same. You want to check them out, read the reviews, go to the websites, see what people have to say about them. But they will save you a tremendous amount of time and money. In the last bullet, you must add security and backup tools. Must, M-U-S-T, capitalize, underscore, highlight. You got to do it because eventually something may happen, and you don't want to be in that situation where you don't have a backup. You've lost all your data. You've lost all your years of writing and your creative ideas. This is your business. Make it very secure. Okay, so that's the end of this particular module, and what I want to do is again encourage you to look at these tools that we've shared, and go to the websites, check them out. You can watch this video again. So thank you so much again for listening and watching and participating in this video, and I will see you in the next video, video 10.